How's it going, everybody? You know who it is. My name is Sun Woo, and in today's video we are going to take a look at the delay effect inside the OP-1. Since many of you seem to enjoy the video that I made about the cow effect on the OP-1, I thought I'd make a series where I explain the basic building blocks of the OP-1, the effects and the synthesizers, as well as the sequencers, and call it OP-101. You'll find a playlist of that to the right or down to the bottom, where I'll frequently add more info on the OP-1. But today it's time for the delay effect. Let's get into it. First, let's take a look at the input parameter. The input parameter determines how much of my original audio signal is being fed into the delay loop. So if the input is turned all the way down, I'll only hear my original audio and no delay. As I slowly increase the input, I'll hear a delay that gets louder and louder. The feedback parameter operates similarly to the input parameter, but instead of determining how much of the original audio signal gets fed into the delay loop, it determines how much of the already delayed signal gets fed back into the delay loop, and therefore it creates multiple delays when turned up. So right now, if I have the feedback to 0, it will create only one delay. But as I increase it, more of that delay will be fed back in the delay loop and therefore create multiple delays. And if we turn it all the way up, we'll get a very long chain of delays. And next up, the speed parameter. The speed parameter determines the delay time, meaning how long does it take for the delay to sound after I played my original audio. When the speed is turned up all the way, it will be very short until the delay sounds, and if it's turned down, it will take longer. And lastly, the range parameter. The range works in tandem with the speed, and the range determines your maximum overall delay time or delay buffer, and the speed determines the percentage of it. We can show it like this. Right now the speed is set to 60 and the range to 250 milliseconds, and the delay is like this. If I increase the range, it will double to 500 milliseconds, which means that my delay time will also be exactly doubled. And again, if I turn it up, it will be doubled once again to 1000 milliseconds. And that means once you have set your delay time correctly using the speed parameter, say you have set it to a quarter note delay, you can easily turn it into an eighth note delay or a half note or even a whole note delay. And while it may seem superfluous to have two different parameters that determine your delay time, actually the way you combine them makes for very different sounding delays, which we are going to have a listen to now. So first I have this piano patch saved right here. The input on the delay is all the way up, the feedback to 80, the speed is all the way down, meaning it's the longest possible delay time within this buffer range, and the buffer range is very short. The delay sounds like this. And now I will switch to another patch that I have created where the delay time is actually basically the same, but I created it using different settings, which is this right here. As you can see, input and feedback are the same, but my speed is making for a much shorter delay time, but because I have turned up the range to be wider, it is still overall the same delay time. And let's hear this one. And now let's hear them one after the other. As you can hear, the delay times are roughly the same, but the way they sound is vastly different, and that's achieved by setting a low range with a long delay time. That makes for a very, very lo-fi delay where the high end gets cut off and it sounds a little bit crushed, sample rate reduced, or whatever you may call it. And if you want a more hi-fi delay, you can set the range higher and make the delay time shorter by turning the speed up. You will retain your high frequencies, and yeah, it just sounds more clearer. So you can use the delay depending on what sound you prefer. Another interesting thing about the delay is that you can basically turn it into a rudimentary tape loop of some kind. If you turn the range up quite high, let's try it like this. It will keep repeating your loop for quite a long time, and it will take quite long for this loop to die down in volume. You can, of course, using the feedback, make this go quicker or slower, however you like. And you can also change the speed of your tape loop while it's going. Certainly fun to experiment with and create something that you probably wouldn't think of otherwise. So yeah, tape looping using the delay is certainly possible. And now let's get to the last point, LFOs. As always, modulating your effects with an LFO can be quite interesting. Let's go to the LFO. First, let's play the sequence without an LFO. And now with. As you can see, the LFO is only slightly modulating the speed right here, which makes for an interesting chorusy kind of effect and a little bit of wobbliness. Maybe we also try the random LFO to just go crazy. On all the parameters. Alright, that's enough. And that's it for this tutorial on the OP-1 delay. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to learn more about the OP-1, check the playlist where there will be more videos like this in future, or contact me for private online lessons, link down in the description. Other than that, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss the next video. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, have a wonderful time. Peace.